So, you've been arrested for some kind of crime, some kind of incident in which the police have arrested you. We're going to talk about today what is the biggest mistake that you can make from that moment on. Welcome. I am J.R. Dukes, your host. Welcome to the J.R. Dukes Show. So, you've been arrested, you're in handcuffs, and the police are in the process of booking you. What do you do? What should you not do? Well, I'm going to tell you the biggest mistake you can make, and the biggest mistake you can possibly make is talking to the police. You need to prepare yourself for this in advance because it's only human nature that if you have the misfortune of being in that situation, you're going to panic. You're going to freak out. Human nature is basically going to tell you, what do I need to do right now so that I can make this horrible, horrible problem go away? And what you need to do is calm yourself down. You need to actually practice this in the unlikely and unfortunate event should ever arise in your life. Basically, find a way to calm yourself down. Take a deep breath, hold it, relax. Whatever it is that you do in your life to practice meditation, to practice control over your body, there is no more of an important time in your life to practice this than at this very exact moment. Because let me tell you exactly what happens. When people are in the custody of the police, they freak out. I mean, there's really no other way to say it. I can give you a long, mumble-jumbo, official doctor term for what's going on, but the bottom line is you're having a freak out, and you have to control yourself and calm down because you want to make it go away. You want to say whatever you need to say to make the situation right. You're thinking to yourself, hey, if I just tell the police they got the wrong person or they got the wrong guy or gee, I'm sorry, whatever's going through your mind, you better stop it. Because I can promise you this right now. If you talk to the police, you are at a very high risk of going to prison. You are at very high risk of being found guilty of some kind of crime, whether you know it or whether you don't know it. These are just the facts of the way that our current justice system works here in America. If you can learn to control yourself during this limited time that you are in police custody, you will do yourself a world of good. Literally, it can make the difference between walking free and spending the rest of your life in prison. People talking is what sends you to prison. A lot of times the police doesn't have enough evidence to actually prosecute you for a particular crime. If you sit down and start talking to them, you have to understand these people are trained professionals. They do. They are trained in the art of psychology. They are trained to get you to talk. They are trained to get you to admit a crime or to confess to a crime. Whether or not you did the crime really doesn't matter. And for those of you that watch my channel, I talk about this type of subject all the time. There is a ton of things to point out and a ton of things that you need to learn about the way the police will try to get you to confess to a crime. Really, it doesn't matter if you've committed it or not. You have to learn to be quiet. And the main reason you need to be quiet is because it can do you no good to talk to the police. And you're thinking, well, how is that? Well, it's real simple. The rules of evidence in the courtroom during a trial are such that anything that you say that is good in the sense that it will exonerate you of the crime generally cannot come in at trial. However, anything that you say that is bad, that likely proves you committed a crime, can easily come in at trial. I know that sounds backwards, but that's the way it is. Essentially, anything that you say that points towards your guilt can come in when the police officer testifies, yet anything else that you've said that tends to exonerate you is pretty well hearsay and will not be allowed in. Now, there are very limited exceptions to that rule, but trust me, it's very limited, and you don't want to find out how limited it is. You need to learn and practice and teach your children, teach your family, teach your friends to be quiet, remain silent. Once you're in custody, you definitely want to make sure you invoke your Fifth Amendment right to be quiet and not incriminate yourself. It's probably one of the biggest lessons you can teach yourself. And to my knowledge, I really don't see this written in a book. I don't read this anywhere. I don't hear people generally talking about this, but it's a subject that I'm clearly passionate about. And I want you to become aware. I want you to become educated. I say that you need to watch my channel so that you can have a free mind, and you need to learn the law so you can keep your free mind freed. And that is the truth. So, if you have any questions, please send me an email, leave them in the comments. I'm always here to address any questions or concerns that you might have. If you like this type of content, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, as I regularly put out videos like this and we talk about this subject and other types of related subjects. I do appreciate you joining me today. Always remember to have that free mind and never give up, my friends. I am J.R. Dukes.